Hey, yo. What's poppin', gang? We back with another reaction. What's good? What's good? What's good? It's Tuesday, April 15th, man. We just kicking it today. Shout out to everybody for pulling up. I appreciate that love and support. Let me know if we good over there, man. I had to do a quick audio check before this. But here, man, we got another video today in reference to the homie baby Keem. Now, a lot of times people kind of wonder what happened, where did he go, what is he doing? What up, Latrice? Also gives me kind of like Frank Ocean vibes, just with the like ambiguity and not being able to find him and really figure out where he is or if he's gonna drop any more music. I think it's kind of interesting that Kendrick had the year that he had, and we heard absolutely nothing from baby Keem. Isaac, positive vibes. J2, my dog Smokey in the building. What up? Crew SB4 is dropping. Yeah. What up, Josh? So yeah, man, I thought it was kind of interesting. The homie Prince dropped a video. I seen this one pop up a couple days ago, at least like a day ago, and hadn't had a chance to get into it yet, man. So I thought it'd be dope to react to it with you guys. Shout out to the homie Prince. If you guys are not aware of who that is, get like Prince. Y'all definitely need to go sub up to him. He's had some pretty dope content too. I've been watching a lot more of his content lately. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button on his video if you guys haven't done it already. But let me know what you think happened to baby Keem. We haven't even got into this video. Not what happened, because ain't nothing happened to him, but where he is, and do you guys think he's working on any new music? Nelly, what up? Keem right there doing what it do. He is PG Lang vibing. When he pop out, he'll pop out. I think that's crazy though, because people are looking for baby Keem music, right? Like people are actively looking for baby Keem music, and I think he's kind of like an ace in a hole in the sense where you got everything going on with PG Lang and TDE. And when he decides to pop out again, it's going to be welcomed. I'm hoping it's this summer, though. What up, Noah? I'm hoping it's this summer. So do me a favor, like I said, hit that sub button, like the video, and let's go ahead and get into this. Reaction. Get like Prince. Why baby Keem abandoned his career? Let's get into it.
Baby Keem, Kendrick Lamar's cousin, came into the rap space, hasn't released.
You know how crazy it was when I figured out that baby Keem was Kendrick Lamar's cousin? Like, real talk, I was like, there's no way they actually related. I always thought they kind of sounded similar, but then hearing that they was actually cousins was crazy. And that's how Kendrick like to do it. Gonna be Keem dropped all over the place. Facts, it's probably gonna be like multiple drops at one time.
Released no solo music since September 2022. But it wasn't like, oh, we got a new project in 2022. We got a deluxe in September of 2022. The last time we got a brand new album from baby Keem was in 2021.
The same
It's
day?
been years since the man dropped something brand new, and his fans is starving. Anytime baby Keem's name get brought up, people get defeated. I mean, Tyler.
What's with the September 10th date? He dropped the deluxe. So he dropped the deluxe a year after he dropped the first one. Okay.
Lux in September of 2022. The last time we got a brand new album from baby Keem was in 2021. It's been years since the man dropped something brand new, and his fans is starving. Anytime baby Keem's name get brought up, people get defeated. I mean, Tyler the Creator just came out. He dropped Coma Crow. Baby Keem had a single ad lib, one ad lib on the whole project, and the internet was on fire. Twitter was like, is that baby Keem? Is that baby Keem? And throughout his career, we done seen a lot of people.
Bro, it's been a while since I've heard Chromacopia. What was the ad lib? What was the ad lib? Like him? He just said, huh? Wait, what? Is that it? Oh, bro, I want to hear it now. I didn't even... That was him? It was on Like Him? My son was listening to Tyler this morning. That's all he said was, huh? Huh? Hold up, bro. I got to hear this.
It is hilarious that baby Keem's only contribution to Chromacopia is this.
That's it?
It is hilarious.
Yo, I I would have never even known that was Baby Keem. I never would have known that was Baby Keem. That's crazy. He just said, huh. That's it.
Huh.
That's so, bro. That's so like them, bro. They so just like in the shadows.
People in the industry really show their respects and pay their respects to Baby Keem. This man is a very interesting character because his potential is insane, but he never fully embraced that.
That's true.
Baby Keem, artist, producer.
That's very, well, I don't know. I won't say he never fully embraced it, man. He got some slaps, bro. He got slaps that I don't even know the names to the song just because I hear them when they come on and I just start reciting the lyrics. Like, he just got slaps. My wife is a big Baby Keem fan too, but he got slaps that I just let play. So I don't know. I don't know if I can say he hasn't fully embraced his potential. What do y'all think? That's a good question. Do y'all think Baby Keem has fully embraced his potential? My daughter is Tyler's biggest fan. I took her to Camp Flognaw last year. Chromacopia is triple platinum in my house. Look at you, man. Erased. What? Yeah. Go to PG Lane website and see if they're working on Keem, involved in other things like in the background. The thing is that Keem has written and sold many songs to others. He's gonna eat forever. There's a lot of that too. There's a lot of speculation that he does a lot of writing for people too. You know, and that was one of the things that Drake said, is that his pen was only hitting when Keem was on it. And I'm like, dog, you gotta stop.
Has been someone in the industry for a while now, and I mean, what do you expect? He's cousins with Kendrick Lamar.
Right around the time that you started making music is around the time that you reconnected with Kendrick. Mm-hmm. But I focused in on the word reconnecting. As you guys lost touch, what had happened exactly?
I was a kid, honestly. Like, I wouldn't even say lost touch. Like, I was just like, last time I seen him, I was probably like really young, like probably like 5 or something. I was just a kid, like, you know what I mean? So I probably would say like, I had started making music when I was like 14, right? I didn't see him. It was an unfortunate situation that happened in my family, and then I guess we kind of just connected through that. But
yo, that's crazy. That's crazy to have a family member as tapped in as Kendrick Lamar, as prolific as Kendrick Lamar, and then fall into making music and then be good at making music too. Like, it is sometimes a family thing though, right? Like, I have singers in my family and stuff like that. Like, I have music makers in my family, and you would think that maybe we would have done more with music, but we have that kind of like lineage of people that make music and at least that can make music and maybe just never did anything with it. But if it's in your household, if it's in your soul, if it's in, you know what I'm saying, if it's in your blood, it just kind of, you can't shake that. What up, JJ?
I wasn't really making music to a point where I would be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? I was just kicking it, like, you know, whatever, it was whatever. He didn't really even know until like later. I finally just like sent him a song. Like, he heard something, I guess he's like, I'm gonna play this for everybody in the studio. And I'm like,
that's
all right,
crazy.
for sure. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna send him no more music. I'm gonna wait and get better again. And then we'll come back later for a minute. I don't know, yeah, we just touched bases on that, but we connected through that unfortunate situation that had happened. Yeah, we just got cool, like,
somebody must have passed away.
On a regular aspect. He didn't even know I made music. I was on something like, I just want to go. Like, he was like, what do you want to do? I was like, I just want to go to college, bro. like I'm gonna figure it out. Like, cause I wasn't even 100% sure like I was even good at music, so.
But him being cousins with Kendrick Lamar ain't mean that his whole life was just all good. Like you heard him say, for years and years, Kendrick wasn't there. Kendrick wasn't like a big part of his life. And throughout these years of no Kendrick, he kind of be struggling. He said that during this time, he would want to rap, but he was scared because his voice was too high or this or that. But on top of that, he hated where he was. He was real public about not liking Las Vegas and not wanting to be there. And I mean, you could tell because Baby Keem wouldn't just...
And that's also kind of crazy though too, because I think that's one of the things that people really like about Keem is his voice being an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Like, his voice is an instrument in the same way that Kendrick's voice is an instrument. But then also, I mean, everybody's voice is an instrument, but I think when you dabble in different pitches, different tones, Some people really don't like that. Like, I think that's one of the biggest gripes I've heard about people who don't rock with Kendrick is the sound of his voice. And they don't like that he sounds nasally or whatever. And I just be like, all right. But Keem's unique voice is kind of what makes you rock with Keem and the way he enunciates and pronounces words. So I think that's kind of dope. It's unique.
Be dropping music all throughout the early 2010s. He went through a phase I think everybody done went. This man, Baby Keem, was dropping gameplay videos on YouTube. I mean, he was doing whole Minecraft Let's Plays, Minecraft gameplay videos on YouTube.
Baby Keem's old Minecraft YouTube channel for 2014 on Wayback Machine, Twitch videos in the comments. Hi Keezy, YouTube's finest.
I mean, he was doing whole Minecraft Let's Plays, Minecraft videos. And look, like I said, everybody got some Minecraft videos out there on the internet. Even me. If the internet found it, I'm cooked. But y'all ain't found it. Point is, Keem.
John, no, I'm not personally, fam. Like, I've seen everybody kind of give their take on it. And I don't have any issues. I don't have any problems. I feel like those men had conversations. They talked about what they needed to talk about on their platforms. Deleted and Curtis are gang. Like, I rock with them. I don't have anything against Therapy. I didn't really know him very much before the collective. That's all I could really say. But I won't be addressing it at all, really. Like, I'm not going to, it doesn't really do anything for me to like get into all of that. I feel like he blew that way out of proportion, but I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there.
YouTube videos, then later on get to rapping. He making these songs, dropping these projects. And like I said, Kendrick wasn't there at first, but eventually he would come into the picture and start putting his hand into Baby Keem's music, and it didn't go unnoticed. An article from July 2018 will come out saying, meet Hakeem Carter, the mysterious artist who has credits on multiple TDE projects. And I mean, people looking at him like this kind of made sense because, like the article said,
I thought his last name was Lamar.
TDE projects, and it wasn't like, oh, he was on some little shit, or maybe he did a song. Or this man had insane producer credits. He was on many projects. He was on the Black Panther soundtrack, $1 billion movie, by the way. So he had all kind of producer credits, any and everywhere. And you probably thinking that dude sound real industry planish, and I mean, that's a valid take. Kendrick is cousin. Now he getting TDE placements. Now he getting put on these crazy.
But that's just good family right there, bro. Especially if you know he's actually talented and you're not setting him up to not showcase that he doesn't. Wait, you're not setting him up to fail because he really actually doesn't have talent. Like, he had talent to showcase. So that's different. It's Duckworth. I just seen it up here. That's why. Literally. It says Hakeem Lamar. It says it up here. They're related through Kendrick's female cousin, so Keem probably have his dad's last name. They wouldn't share last names. It's not their fathers, and brother said hi. What up, Agnes? No, it says that. It says AI says Hakeem Lamar. That's why.
Easy album. But Baby Keem will come out saying that he didn't use Kendrick to get these connections. Now, are these claims true or not? We don't know, but we just gotta take what Baby Keem said at face value. He came out saying that I didn't use Kendrick to get put on these projects. He went the route of regular artists. He would start sending out all of these beats. He said TDE pack a beat. TDE just so happened to see his beat and put him on these albums and put him on the Black Panther soundtrack.
Hey, look, bro. Ain't no shame in it, bro. Ain't no shame in it. Shout out to Alex for the $10 donation. I appreciate you. This says Happy Tuesday, crew. Happy Tuesday to all of y'all too, man. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Listen, bro, if it's nepotism, it's nepotism. Who cares, man? If you pulling up a family member, you pulling up a family member. It is what it is. Ain't no need to hide it, bro. Listen, he might have sent B-Sin to TDE, but there's a lot of people that send B-Sin that ain't gonna get no placement or ain't gonna get no listen even. Not even a placement. They're not even gonna hear you. So it makes sense that he's his cousin and he got placement, bro. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Do y'all see something wrong with that? Y'all see something wrong with that? Hakeem Carter Jr. Thank you, Diesel. Y'all see anything wrong with that? I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no shame in that, bro. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And people, if anybody has an issue, it's like, dog, if you could pull up anybody, and like I said, you're not pulling up somebody who doesn't have talent or the means to be in this space or in this room. Now, if he just didn't have any talent at all, he couldn't do anything, he couldn't hold his own, then it would be like, all right, you just pulled him up and gave him a bag for no reason, or gave him a means to make a bag. But he actually has talent, so there's no reason for us to assume anything other than that, right? The industry is 65 to 80% Nepo. I agree. Everybody gets put on by somebody. I support nepotism to the fullest. Since other people do it all the time, it's time for us to do it too. That's what I'm saying, bro. I agree. Listen, if I get to a position where I could put my son and daughter in a place to not have to struggle to. Now I understand that it comes with its downfalls, right? What up, Lord Racer? It comes with its downfalls, right? Because they don't get a chance to go through the things that maybe build the character that a person needs to be in that position. I completely understand. But I think that is sometimes overstated in a sense, where I'd rather you get to the spot while I'm here. Right? Because if I ain't here no more, somebody else gonna have the say in whether you make it to the top or not. I want you to make it to the top because I made it to the top. Like I don't see nothing wrong with that. I remember everybody had an issue with LeBron. I'm like, dog, I don't give a damn. That man, hey, let that man make a millionaire out of his son so he can go ahead and get his own millions. Who cares? We ain't never cared. No, we ain't never cared. I don't see anything wrong if you can't put it on for your family who deserves it, who can put you on for. Facts. We all know someone somewhere, even if it's a job at Target. Facts, bro. Hey, look, hey, look. Baby Keem and K-Dot are go-go Power Ranger bros. Nah, putting the family on is never a bad look. I don't think so either. Barry Gordy's sons are needless nepotism. Generational wealth principles. That's a fact. Build that generational wealth.
Start sending out all of these beats. He said TDE pack a beat. TDE just so happened to see his beat and put him on these albums and put him on the Black Panther soundtrack. When Complex asked him how he got involved, this is exactly what he said. I sent a pack of beats to the TDE email, and it just so happened that I ended up on the soundtrack. And it was like the start of his career. He didn't really want it to be known that he was Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
But that part right there, though, like, I get it. Like, I get how you also don't want to make it seem like you got to where you are because your cousin is Kendrick Lamar. But I sent the pack of beats to TDE email and it just happened to end up on the soundtrack. Is like, so your cousin is Kendrick and y'all know y'all cousins and you sent the email to TDE and it just ended up on a Black Panther soundtrack? Come on, dog. We fam. You ain't got a lot of us.
Like the start of his career, he didn't really want it to be known that he was Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
What up, Dreadhead?
Because in this same Complex interview from July 2018, they would ask him about, oh, how you get into music? And this is what he would say. I was raised around a talented family. All my older uncles and cousins rap, so being around it
I told you.
Natural. I made my first real song at 15. It was called Come Through. Thankfully, nobody was able to find it online. But at this same time, he would really start to ramp up his music. 2018, he would base his first project, his debut project, The Sound of Bad Habit. He was more underground at this time. He wasn't no huge name, but it dropped. And it did what it needed to do. And over these next few years, we would see Baby Keem really mold into somebody we knew, really mold into this name. But at the same time, as he would be growing his career, industry plant allegations would get put on it. Over the next few years, it would come out that Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar were related. So people started looking, oh, so that's why you got them. That's why you was here,
bro.
And that's why you did this and did that. And I mean, there would be many times where Kendrick or Keem will come out doing interviews just speaking on each other. Hip Hop DX wrote this: Kendrick Lamar's cousin Baby Keem to be the next in the long line of celebrated rappers. During a recent interview with ID Magazine, K-Dot conversed with Keem about his blossoming career and his process, explained how the 20-year-old artist gained his respect, but it was a bumpy road to get there. Keem admits that he had already mentally checked out from high school and was struggling to keep up with his grades, but Kendrick insisted that he graduated. Auntie calling me asking me what's going on. He told Keem, this nigga missed all type of days of school. Let us get sent to the.
I mean, damn. I'm telling I'm telling you, bro. If his cousin wasn't Kendrick, it might be a different story. It's like you kind of got to out in a sense. Like, I at least got a line to bro. Like, even if it don't work out, I got a line to bro to be like, listen, dog, this ain't working out. Like, let's make this music, right? But he said he mentally checked out from high school and was struggling to keep up his grades. Kendrick insisted on him graduating. Like, that's almost big brother. Like, yo, you gotta graduate, dog. We can't do nothing if you don't got a high school diploma. We can't do nothing.
The house, I'm like, man, he been out here. Kendrick said, I felt some type of accountability. You talented, but you gotta graduate. So it was about finding that middle ground, but it did work out. And at this point in Baby Keem's career, him and Kendrick would be open about being related. But their relationship would start to have a negative effect on Baby Keem. Because, like I said, people looking at him, people calling him an industry plant. And like other people in similar situations, the man would start to have this industry plant label through on him. Now, it was nowhere near as bad as some of these other artists, Lil Mabu or Coi Leray, for example. These are people that get this industry plant label through on them.
Nah, see, look, Lil Mabu and Coi Leray don't have any talent. I can't say any talent. Let me not say that. Because I'm sure there's something in there somewhere. But there's a difference when you can hold your own and you provide value to whatever it is we're doing. Now, Coi Leray and there's just no way, bro. There's just no, that's industry plant-ish. Exactly. No. I know that. They're talking about industry plants. They're industry plants. That's what I'm saying. Keem, in a sense, is not as much of an industry plant to me as a Coi Leray and Lil Mabu. Those are definitely industry plants, in my opinion. When you chatting with Ray on here, I gotta hit Curtis up for that. I dig punch. Yo, when you chatting with Ray on here, we'll see, man. I don't know. On Mother I Sobered, K-Dot said, I hope Hakeem makes you proud. To the cousin that was falsely accused. Maybe it has something to do with that. Oh, yeah, right. He said they met through that unfortunate situation. I thought somebody might have passed away. You might be connecting the dots though. They get trained while doing the work. Putting Keem in the same sentence as Coi and Mabu, bruh, tweaking. No, he's not saying that. Listen, let's go back. Let's go back.
Label through on him. Now, it was nowhere near as bad as some of these other artists, Lil Mabu or Coi Leray, for example.
So he said it wasn't as bad as that. It wasn't like that.
These are people that get this industry plant label through on them real bad, and it's really damaging to their career. But I think it's something else to play here when speaking on Baby Keem. So yeah, Keem had these plant allegations through on him, but when comparing him to other people with the same allegations, what would really stand out is the music. Baby Keem had always had solid music good enough that it could stand on its own without no antics, without.
Bro, that orange soda is crazy. The Hillbillies, Family Ties, bro, we got so many, bro.
Having to troll on social media or cause problems or act like Lil Mabu, where anytime he want to drop music, it has to be memes to go along with it or viral clips online to go along with it. He just did a whole rollout where he was caked up with an OF girl. Baby Keem didn't have to do none of that. And people paid attention. People realized 2019, 2020, he would have these songs start going viral. Remember Orange Soda? Song was everywhere. And for some years, we would have Baby Keem really starting to build up a fan base, and people were appreciating it. Even Drake, out of all people, was reaching out to Baby Keem. They had their own little rocky relationship. That's gonna be important later. But
ain't that when he said smoking on top 5, number 2 DM in my, that's cool, on ask why. So, yeah, I still never understood that all the way completely. I still never understood like who that was, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the line, I know the lyric, but I don't know the behind the scenes on how that really played out. I think he started to lose steam when some alleged tracks got leaked that Kendrick might be writing for him. Yeah, you know what? That kind of went both ways though too. Like I said, that went both ways. Sometimes people were saying it was this way and that way, but yeah, man, Because the thing is, the delivery at some points was so similar. It was kind of like, it's kind of tough to not make that connection. Do me a favor, chat, hit that like button. We appreciate the love and support. I know it's slow out here these last couple of days, man, but hit that like button. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it.
Drake was openly showing love to Baby Keem since like 2018, 2019. And this was before the whole Drake-Kendrick beef. I mean, Drake was passing out songs to Baby Keem. If you remember back in 2021, Drake dropped this Scary Hours EP. There was a song on there that was supposed to have Baby Keem on it. Hip Hop DX wrote this. Baby Keem has been on Drake's radar for some time now. While he often looks to share his global platform with budding stars, here he is.
Drake was trying to add Keem to the sweatshop. They peeped it and curved it.
Yet to connect with Keem on the record. And at that time, Baby Keem and Playboi Carti were supposed to be on What's Next by Drake. So the official version came out and it ended up just being a Drake song. Baby Keem said, I don't know what happened. That's just his process. I look at it like this. If we don't work now, we'll work later. Especially with someone like Drake. That's his process. I can't hate on another man's process. So we had Keem and Drake working together, and we also had Drake reaching out to Keem years before this moment. When one of Baby Keem's first big projects will come out, Die For My Bitch, Drake will come out showing love. He would reach out trying to tap in with him. But y'all know how Drake is with new artists. He either could have been trying to pull a weekend with him, where he linked up with Baby Keem and started stealing his sauce and start stealing his songs, or maybe he...
Hey, that's what I think it is, bro. Hey, I see you. You on the radar? Come hang out with me, bro. We're gonna start stealing your sauce and start sounding like you. Start asking you to give me your best songs. I'm telling you.
With him, where he linked up with Baby Keem and started stealing his sauce and start stealing his songs, or maybe he wanted to just show genuine love to Baby Keem. You can never know with Drake.
One collaboration that people have been speculating on is you potentially working with Drake. I saw the picture of him popping up at your show.
Yeah.
How did you guys connect?
I think it was like right when tapped in. So he as soon as Die For My Bitch came out, it was probably like a few months after, he like reached out. Yeah, he's like, what's her up? I just remember like seeing a bunch of emojis. And I'm just like, it wasn't even a conversation I'm working. It was just like, I look up to you. Like, you know what I mean? So like, honestly, I'd be like, I look to him like, I'm like, yo, like any advice I could ever soak up from him is just try to do that, you know what I mean? But I don't know if we'll ever work, like we'll see like whatever happens in the process. Like there's been some talks about it, but you know, it just gotta happen. It gotta be the right record, and it gotta be the right situation, the right timing.
All this talk around
That's
Keem
tough.
name though would lead up.
That's tough, man. When you can tell that there seemed to be some genuine, like, I rock with him, and it seemed like it was all cool for a little bit, and then something happened, bro. The veil was pulled back. And they was able to see exactly who bro was and was like, nah, we not doing none of that over here. Drake emojis. The rumor is that Drake stole Sticky from Keem. So Kendrick and Keem responded with the Hillbillies. Yes, they mocked them crazy in that joint too. That's the Drake MO, not pull a weekend. Bro, back to mine. Thanks, y'all. I see you, Eric. Hakeem had to give Drake the dream shake. Bruh. Get out of here.
Up to one moment. The moment that will really amplify his career and put him in front of the mainstream eyes. He would come out and release his big debut studio album, Melodic Blue. Now, this was an album that had the eyes of everyone paying attention to it. For years, he was known as Kendrick Lamar's cousin. He would drop all of these singles, feed the fans, but throughout this whole time, we was in 2021, and he still hasn't followed up his project from 2019. I mean, we would see the man Baby Keem even pop up on a Kanye project. Now, this was Kanye 4 years ago. This wasn't the Hitler-loving Kanye that we know today. I mean, he probably did love Hitler at that time, but he wasn't public about it. All of this to say, before Baby Keem even had his debut album out, he had Kanye features, he had Drake wanting to work with him, he had all of these people paying attention to him. Then just on top of all of that, him and Kendrick will come out, drop a hit song that took over the world a month before his album would drop. Not only
that, this Family Ties track, bro. Family Ties was crazy. Bro, I don't even know how many times I might have listened to this song. When the video dropped, when the Family Ties video dropped, it was crazy, bro. I was losing my mind. I think I was in 2021, I was living in California. Or was it Arizona? It was either Arizona or California. Wherever I was, it was hot when this dropped. I remember watching the video and being like, dog, this is crazy. I wasn't reacting to music then. I was doing sneakers. But man, Family Ties is such a crazy record, man. Such a crazy record.
This song won a man a Grammy.
Oh, absolutely,
Grammy
Monet.
goes to Family Ties, Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar.
Nothing could prepare me for this moment tonight. I just want to say thank you to my support system, the city of Las Vegas, my family, the women that raised me to shape me, become the man I am today. My team, my incredible team, the women and men that helped shape everything that we got going on behind the scenes. Dave Free, Kendrick, Naya, Ant, and many more. I can't even just thank you, everybody.
Keep in mind, this is all before his debut studio album.
It's crazy, bro. He got all of this before he dropped the album. That is crazy. What's good? What up, J-Tom? What up, Terry?
He had something to say about this album.
Verse to an extent, I felt like he was going into these tracks with a bunch of high energy, explosive energy more often than not. And for this to be titled The Melodic Blue, it was very tart as a listening experience. There was a lot of abrasive cuts, transitions that didn't necessarily help the song structure that sometimes was ruined because there was a vocal inflection that he wanted to attempt on another track, and it didn't always work, you know. And when it does work, it's great. It makes the track more explosive. It adds a lot more personality. But when it doesn't work, you just feel like you are driving in the passenger seat, and the person that has the
Why y'all say
behind the wheel.
I said, Sean C. You know what, fam? Like, I'll be so detached. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I that's why I don't. I'm not anywhere near where some of these streamers are. Right. I have been seeing Sean C, like, his videos, and I've been like, I know this dude. Like, I've seen him before, but I know him from like these videos and like this. He got locks now. So I'm like, oh, that's the same dude. I'm telling you, bro, I didn't know that was the same dude.
Breaking really hard. They're going 60 and a 40. They're going 40 and an 80. It's just like nothing seems to be going the way it's supposed to go. A bunch of these tracks have quality to them. A lot of them have some enjoyability, but I'm trying to find where the replay value would be, because some of these tracks don't really feel like they exist for a reason. Because Keem sometimes just isn't really pulling you in when it comes to the info that's on this album. He is the star of the show, no doubt, and his features are not stealing the limelight away from him at any capacity in this album. But when he is front and center, it's like, do you remember what he's talking about when he's speaking about himself? You know, the main takeaways from this record are he came up from a difficult situation in dealing with family. He came up with from a difficult situation when it comes to dealing with his mother's addiction.
Right.
But it doesn't show up enough in the album for it to be a focal point. Other than that, he's pretty much rapping about being the more.
But I guess if that's the main takeaway, then you got the point. Right? If that's the main takeaway, then you got the point. Punch from TDE is going to be on Curtis King live on Thursday. Yes, I know. He was signed to PG way before we first heard him. Love Sean, but he has his moments. That's why I said, when y'all said that, I was like, what'd he do?
Original star that's coming up in the rap game, which is
I like the way Sean talks about music, right? He doesn't talk about it from a basic understanding of music. He does at least provide some sort of it's rooted in some sort of thought. Like, he's not just talking, right? You're not just saying, oh, I didn't like the album because it sucked. Like, he at least gives you some sort of background and understanding.
Which is cool, but it would have better suited the narrative of an EP as opposed to a 16-track album. You being original and feeling like you want to have a relationship that's low-key, I don't think is enough content to serve a 16-track album. I enjoy this album
but then I think, like, there's a lot of artists out there who drop 30-song albums that have no substance at all. You know what I mean? So 16 This is old, by the way. So 16, where you did get the main point of I came up out of a shitty situation and I don't really want to be tied down to nothing and whatever. You get the points. I don't know. It seemed like he did his job.
For what its potential is, the ideas that sometimes happen here. But I do think Keem is I don't know, it might feel like he's so afraid of being reminiscent of other artists that he prevents himself from fully realizing his own ideas.
And his career was looking so right. He was on the path that every other artist wanted to be on. He had the success of a Grammy in his pocket, a fan base that loved him, wanted music from him. Left, he disappeared. Right at the height of all of his success, instead of capitalizing on it, he made a decision. Maybe a career-ruining decision. Maybe a decision that won't hurt him. We don't really know yet. But he decided to get up and leave everything behind. He just vanished. And people really started to question, why did Baby Keem abandon his career? Like I said earlier, he drops Melodic Blue.
How long was Kendrick gone before he resurfaced? It was like 3-4 years, right? He might be following the same footsteps. Getting some therapy, thinking it out, working it out, and then dropping, and he just gonna go crazy.
He turns around, full year later, drops a deluxe. Now it wasn't a full-length deluxe, it was just a couple extra songs. And people haven't heard from him since. Fans is hungry. Fans is starving.
5 years.
They fiending. They want some Baby Keem. I mean, type Baby Keem name on Twitter, you gonna see somebody always asking, my nigga, where's Baby Keem? See, on this channel, I done covered plenty of people in the same situation that had a fan base, grew it into something strong, and left it. He pulled a Comethazine. Remember, for years and years, Comethazine would drop all of this consistent music, building up this fan base, and right at the height of it all, he would leave music for years and years and would eventually become a completely different artist.
I don't know who that is.
He would come back out into this music space with a completely different style of music. He came back and was a psychedelic rock artist instead of this murder kill talk. Now, Keem hasn't made a comeback yet. Keem hasn't switched genres, none of that. That was just an example of what happened the last time an established artist really took a break like this. Point is, fans is left speculating. Fans is left wondering, what does he got going on? Because it's not like, oh, Baby Keem disappeared, but he's still posting here and there. Baby Keem really don't do none of that social media.
None of that, bro. It's
really
that, I'm telling you, it's that like Frank Ocean approach. Most second albums and seasons flop and everything, so he don't want to be a part of that stat. Yeah, he probably will drop soon. He might. I can see him dropping soon.
He's just been gone. But him being missing from the game don't mean he wasn't in no drama. As Baby.
Hey, that's a good point, Isaac. Isaac says, I think this beef derailed all of hip hop. J. Cole started to roll out the fall off with this rapping while riding the bike vids. But that's all dead now, bro. It derailed hip hop, man. And I don't know if it's I don't really know if it's a bad thing. It shook things up for sure. That's why you got people scared to drop. And I think we're even experiencing it now, like even in the and just like the hip hop commentary, reactionary communities where they're not doing anything, bro. And it's April. It's April. So you do have some people that we looking for. I mean, and that's not everybody. I'm not saying it's not everybody, but everybody who drops is not garnering the attention of all of hip hop, right? Like there's definitely artists that we will be listening to, i.e. Ray Vaughn dropping here soon. So we're going to be checking out his album. I think Saba had just dropped the album, which was pretty cool. But I think for the most part, people are kind of trying to figure out what to do and how they want to approach making music. Because I just think that people's expectations are different. Like I said, the expectations have changed. You are not able to roll out of bed and drop music. Now, you might be able to do that for a very small audience, but the masses of hip hop heads, listeners, want you to put some effort in your music. So I think the shakeup is definitely well worth it. Swung the pendulum for sure. Everyone game plan had to change. Facts. But people close to Keem said he's locked back in. He's locked back in the recording, so that's a good thing. Kanye's crash out derailed Keem's rollout too, because Keem was supposed to be on Bully. Really? Was he really? I can tell because a lot of reactors are reacting to old songs. Yeah. And you know, and I know we might actually get into some of that too. I have been thinking about it. I kind of tried to stay away from it because I didn't want to do the same thing that people, songs that maybe I haven't reacted to, or very old songs, maybe revisiting songs. But we're trying to keep the content up.
Keem would be gone. Many times we would see people dragging him in a situation. I mean, there was a time where JPEG Mafia was trying to spark up beef with Baby Keem. He was coming at Baby Keem out of nowhere about having Kendrick on his side and having Kendrick boost his sale up. He dropped the bar where he was like, I didn't have no cousin that helped boost me up, on some shit like that, just throwing weird shots. But that wasn't the end of the situation. 2 years into Baby Keem break from music, Drake and Kendrick will spark up one of, if not the most iconic rap beef of all time. They beefing, dropping diss tracks on each other every other day. But guess who got brought into this beef even without saying a word? Keem. Remember though, Baby Keem and Drake had their own relationship. Kendrick, Drake beefing. Drake drops a Baby Keem bar. Drake would tell Kendrick, your music only hitting when Baby Keem put his pen to it. And then people will start to get to digging into this bar. They like, what you mean? Does Baby Keem really be right for Kendrick? People start looking. They start dissecting everything like they did everything else during the whole beef. And it was whole articles being written on this. Hip Hop DX wrote this. Kendrick Lamar has seen accusations that he works with ghostwriters surface online after a reference track by Baby Keem was leaked. Fans have been pointing out K-Dot's comments in the 2017 Rolling Stone article and his opinions on ghostwriting. When asked about ghostwriters for rappers, the Compton native gave a non-committal answer. It depends on what arena you're putting yourself in. I call myself the best rapper. I cannot call myself the best rapper if I have a ghostwriter. If you're saying you're a different type of artist and you don't really care about the art form of being the best rappers, so be it. Make great music, but the title, it won't be there.
That's not non-committal. How is that non-committal? He said, I called myself the best rapper. I cannot call myself the best rapper if I have a ghostwriter. That's not non-committal. Sounds pretty obvious to me. If you're saying you're a different type of artist, then you don't really care. So he's just speaking on ghostwriting as a whole. Like, if you're not trying to be the best, then it don't bother me. And it's cool if you're using ghostwriters and doing whatever. But I call myself the best rapper, so I can't call myself a best rapper if I have a ghostwriter. You're right. I'm like, that's not non-committal. But I think this is what whoever the publication is that wrote this said. The Compton native gave a non-committal answer. I mean, maybe if we have different definitions of non-committal, but that wasn't non-committal to me.
Call myself the best rapper if I have a ghostwriter. If you're saying you're a different type of artist and you don't really care about the art form of being the best rappers, so be it. Make great music, but the title, it won't be there. This all brings us to the question. What's next for Baby Keem? He can make a comeback to the internet tomorrow, next week, next month.
Facts.
We don't really have a clue at all. We don't know what Baby Keem is doing in the background. He could be in his bag, making his music, making hit songs that he trying to put on the album. Or he could have been a huge artist. This is a big what if situation. Think of it like a Sofago. Like, what if Sofago never signed to Travis Scott? What if Baby Keem never took a break? He could have been such a big artist right now. I feel like he could have been.
We don't know though. Like that part, we don't know because he has a mentor who took that like sabbatical, really, where he just kind of learned about himself and did some work on himself. We never know. Maybe Keem needed to do work before he could really jump out there and be the artist that he really was intended to be. So we don't know. We don't know. We do have work from him. We just don't have a lot of work. So I don't know. I think that's interesting.
Like a giant. He could be doing 100K first week. He could be doing Yeet and Ken Carson numbers. He could be around the same size as them.
G-Face, you are hilarious,
but
bro.
We don't know because
he say stir the fire with up crew. I knew you was gonna pop in here.
I don't think his career is dead or anything because if Baby Keem wanted to make a comeback, he could make a comeback. But I think only time will tell what's really next for Baby Keem in his career.
Yeah, time will tell for sure, man. I'm hoping we get some more Baby Keem though pretty soon. I'm hoping we get more Keem. What up, G-Face? Lord Racer, you live and I hit on sneakers. Let's go. They want to see Baby Keem do his dance. If Kendrick was my cousin, he gave me reference tracks that'll help me with my writer's block, would I say no? I don't think anybody would. Wasn't he on tour with Kendrick and just ended with the tour? TDE just don't drop like that. So no reason to think PG Lang artists would. Right. Like, they just don't drop like that. Everybody takes time. Like, how long do y'all think it's going to be before you get another Doechii project? Or how long is it going to, I mean, shit, we don't even know when we're going to get another Kendrick project. We don't know. Baby Keem could be the next in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? To drop his project. You know, we got Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn hasn't seen that height yet. But we just don't know. We don't know. Doechii said she dropping this summer. She dropping this summer? That'd be very fast. That'd be very quick. Listen, chat, we almost at 100 likes in the stream. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, tap that like button if you guys haven't done it already, man. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Shout out to my dog Prince for dropping a good video for us to dive into today, man. Listen, we might get into another one today. If we don't, still keep the notification bell on so you guys know when we go live. We always try to be first. Hopefully something drops so we can get really excited about that, man. If you guys haven't done it already, follow me on all my socials up here, man. Hop in the free Discord. Link is in the description. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right? Y'all have a great day. I'm out. Peace.